Hello and welcome everyone. This is Sunil again from 3D Archistuffs. In this tutorial, we are going to learn about how to use DLSS Frame Generation to help speed your FPS. So in DLSS, Frame Generation is the actual technology which can double your FPS in just few clicks or within 5 minutes. To enable DLSS in your project, you have to follow my old tutorial which I uploaded on my channel recently. That is this channel, how to use DLSS 4.5 in Unreal Engine 5.7. And this applies to any version of Unreal Engine. Same process. So without further ado, let's get started. So you need to few quick notes will be that frame generation statistics will not be visible in your exe if you're trying to understand what is the performance boost or gain you are getting due to using frame generation in your project. It will not show up in the editor and it will also not show in the exe. You have to enable NVIDIA overlay, which is this use NVIDIA app overlay feature to check the performance of frame generation. So we should understand how to enable the NVIDIA app overlay, that is called NVIDIA HUD. For that, most of the PC, it's by default shortcut is Alt Z, but I have set it to Alt I. So I will press Alt I, and if you will be pressing Alt Z. So I will press Alt I, and then you will get this window where you have this statistics, and you will have to click on this statistics and then show up a statistics heads up display. You will have to switch it on or off depending on your use case. Then you can configure the HUD by going here. You just set it up over location. I have put the location here, and then you will set the size and then linear, horizontal, vertical, whatever you like, the way you want. And then this location of the HUD display, it has to be set up properly. Then you'll have to set up what are the statistics you want to see in game while you are using. So I have set it up for frames per second FPS. You can go ahead and set up more than this. All of this can be displayed on a screen, but I don't care about them. I just care about how much frames per second improvement I am getting because of using frame generation in my projects in Unreal Engine while I'm exploring the exe. So you need to understand that you have to go ahead and set this up. Otherwise, if you try to monitor the statistics of using frame generation in your exe, you will not be able to visualize. You can go ahead and use MSI Afterburn for the same to understand the gain in the FPS. I prefer using NVIDIA app overlay feature because that's easy, and anyway I'm using RTX graphics card, so it's already there installed on my PC. So let's go about introduction of frame generation. So high quality Unreal Engine scene can quickly reduce frame rates, especially with Lumen and Nanite. This video explores how DLSS frame generation can enhance the performance without compromising visual quality. This is basically, it will increase your performance and your visual quality without sacrificing the performance. So now it comes to hardware limitations or hardware requirements. So DLSS frame generation will not work on RTX 2000 series, 3000 series. It will only work in RTX 4000 series and 5000 series GPU. So when you are using RTX 4000 series, maximum allowed frame generation increase is 2x, and in 5000 series it's up to 4x. So now let's talk about software requirements. So you should be using Unreal Engine 5.3 or above along with the latest NVIDIA drivers, as these updates optimize compatibility and performance for DLSS feature within your project. You need to have Unreal Engine 5.3 or above and updated NVIDIA drivers. So to begin with, activation of the plugin, you will have to go to Unreal Engine, then you will have to go to plugins, then in rendering, you will have to go ahead and activate movie render queue, NVIDIA DLSS frame generation, and NVIDIA DLSS super resolution. So this is the plugin which we should be enabling for frame generation technology. Here, enabling DLSS feature in level blueprint, which is important. So just by enabling DLSS in the plugin is not going to do anything for you. You need to go ahead and add the DLSS frame generation code inside your project level blueprint or in the first person or third person character, whatever you are using. Either add the frame generation code in your character blueprint or inside level blueprint. So since we are not using any character here, so I will go ahead and show you how to add it in the level blueprint. So as you can see, this is from the last tutorial where we enabled DLSS and added the DLSS codes along with the DLSS modes for getting the performance, for getting the quality boost and a little bit of performance boost. Now we are going to add frame generation on top of it. So you will have to go ahead and right click on this empty area and then type DLSS FG and then set DLSS FG mode. And here you will get this node here. All you have to do is you can go ahead and add a sequence and then add it here, or you can go ahead and add it up to here. It's up to you. You will have to go ahead and just connect this, and then you will have to go here and then choose like what you want. You want to keep it auto or 2x or 3x, 4x. So you know you are already having 40 series graphic card, so just go ahead and make it 2x. If you are having RTX 5000 series, then go ahead and make it up to 4x. So this is what you have to do. You have to come here on the level blueprint, and in the level blueprint you have to go ahead and add frame generation along with the other DLSS modes, and then you will have to compile. So as you can see, scene is opened with DLSS frame generation not working, and I am getting 60 FPS. And here again we have to understand, frame generation is going to multiply your current default or base FPS with the specified number 2x, 3x and 4x. So it's always advisable to optimize your frame so much well that you get around 60 or above as base frames per second. But if you are using a higher end PC, even if project is not well optimized, you will get 60 FPS. So while I am able to see 60 FPS here in the editor, I should not be sure about I am getting this 60 FPS and I will get it on every graphic card this project is opened. To be sure in a way where no matter what graphic card, if the graphic card is RTX, it will run above or around 60 FPS. You will have to go ahead again. So I have given all these commands on R button, so I'll press R. And then here I can see stat RHI. Otherwise, you could have just gone ahead and pressed tilde key and then type STAT space RHI and then enter. So now you will see here that triangles drawn are 8000 of this project. Basically, based on my experience, if you want to be sure that the right side FPS, which is this FPS, 60 FPS, you are going to get on every PC this exe is opened or your game is opened. You should not depend here on this, because this is subject to how powerful the graphic card is on the PC where this exe has been opened. You have to depend on this value. So it should be less than around 1 million or less, plus this drop primitive calls should be less than 750. Preferably, you can keep it up to 1000 and 1100, but to be safer, it should be less than 750 draw calls at any given point in the scene. So no matter wherever you are seeing, and just rotate here or there in every angle and just see that you are never going ahead and exceeding this triangles done above 1 million and then this drop primitive calls above 750. If you are able to maintain that from every angle in the project, then now you should be sure that this project is going to be around 60 FPS in no matter what PC or with what graphic card this is being opened. Because this doesn't depend on how powerful your graphic card is. These values depend on the actual triangles present in your scene and actual primitive calls being drawn at a given point in your scene, having to do nothing with the graphic card. For an example, if you get here 60 FPS and then I am just opening this project on any lower end graph, I may not get 60 FPS. But this 8270 will be the same value no matter what graphic card I am opening. So you have to depend on this. Keep it less than 1 million and keep it less than 750. And then whatever FPS you are getting, you are good to go. And then on top of that, you are going to use frame generation to get better performance or FPS. So let me show that. I'll go ahead and switch off stat unit. I'll switch on the stat unit or just switch it off, and then stat FPS. I will keep it here. And I will go ahead and then switch off this stat RHI. Okay. Now it's time to use frame generation in actual. So I'll go ahead, press R button and click frame generation mode. So I'll click on frame generation mode and I have it here 2x, 3x, 4x, auto and off. You can go ahead and make a simple menu and then add this 2x, 4x and 3x if you want, or you can go ahead and directly add it in the code here. So if you want, you can go ahead and add it in the code like blueprint, open level blueprint, and you just decide what you want. So that menu is giving me these features which I can dynamically change at runtime, any point of time. If you don't know blueprint too much, then you just need to go ahead and then do it manually like this, and you don't need to do it on the web. Or you can also go ahead and set it to a keyboard or create a menu and do whatever you want. Let's talk about the best use cases of DLSS frame generation. So DLSS frame generation excels in large scale projects, enhancing performance in interactive presentation and high resolution environment while maintaining a stunning visual fidelity during real-time walkthroughs, especially if you are having 40 or 50,000 series graphic card. So let's talk about the conclusion. The DLSS frame generation significantly enhances performance and visuals in an Unreal Engine project, allowing developers, this is important, allowing developers to achieve smoother frame rates while maintaining high quality graphics in demanding environments. You don't have to always lower down the quality to get better performance. Instead, keep the quality the way you like and use frame generation to get better performance. So I hope you find this video helpful, and if you want to get in touch with me, you can contact me on my phone number, visit my site, or email to me for any further queries, or join Discord channel to discuss anything there and ask any questions, or let me know if you want anything. So I will see you all in the next video.